understand. I'm not the man, I'm not the bad, I'm not the someone who is mine. I'm not gonna ever not me. Though what have held me lays into the night. Moon suddenly June face behind. But I'm around me when you know you're like a never in a world. Find so much power hidden on me. Gone little distance out of me with you. That it was me whirling with you. There's inside you running too. I found myself and make it possible. You're lonely.
All right, y'all. We are live on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. God bless everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed. As guys, Bitcoin has gotten a massive drop. Insanely massive, huge drop. I mean, I just want to show you guys what I see on the chart here. It's insane. Would you look at this purple candle? Guys, make sure to like the stream, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be breaking this down, talking about exactly what's happened, what we can be looking for, and does this invalidate the bullish scenario that we had been prepared for quite some time. I mean, we gave everything back and then some on a Sunday full of massive amounts of liquidations. Whew, man, oh man. The exhilaration, I'm telling you guys, it is wild. Take a look at an order flow chart here, and we can see just the sheer amount of liquidations that have happened on the way down. Look at all these long trades that are just totally wrecked. Okay? Now, as you can see, I've taken a long trade right here. We're going for it, guys. Round 2, baby. In a $500,000 long, in a $500,000 long trade on this beautiful Sunday. All right. Now, not only did I take this long trade, but I let everybody know in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, long. That's all I had time to write. That's all I had time to write. All right. That's all I had time to write. Now, here's the thing. The reason I only had time to write long, and again, I don't give signals in the Casper Crew. It's not a signal. I definitely don't give signals, but I definitely did long the bottom, and I definitely let the Casper Crew VIP Discord know that exact minute at 3:37 when we were right there at the low. That's when I let everybody know. That's all I had time to say. Long, all right? We're dumping. We're falling through supports. I'm watching the charts. I'm looking to see, are we going to bounce? Nope. Are we going to bounce? Nope. Are we going to bounce? Nope. Then my dang long trade from Friday gets stopped out, obviously at the entry. Long trade gets stopped at the entry for a $5,728 profit from Friday. And I see the opportunity, potentially, of the bull market right here, man. And I had to go for it. Now, do I think, after all things considered, that we are going to get a bullish move all the way back? We're going to talk about it, because as I look at Market Cipher B, as I look at all things considered, man, things are looking pretty dang ambiguous. Like that picture of me in college right after I graduated with my degree in trans, non-carbon, binary emission, gender intersectionality studies. I looked quite ambiguous. People didn't know which way I went. They didn't know what bathroom I was going to go into. At Walmart, 2:30 in the morning, You know those ambiguous types, you gotta watch and see what bathroom will they go into. You know, I used to play this game with my brother, dude or chick. Hey man, dude or chick. You know, we'd keep it real quiet, be like D or C. You know, trying to be all nonchalant about it so that they wouldn't catch on. You know? Okay, we are getting... Make sure to smash up the dang likes, guys. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Help, who says 98K. Shout out to Tony Punch Aether Media. Hey, Crazy J, much love to you and your family, my brother, Cuban Cuz. God bless you, bro. Suzanne says, I'll see you guys at sub 110K. We're going to be in fear. That's the bottom. Shout out to Crypto Tom. Shout out to Manuel, who says 103. Patrick, he wants me to wear a wig. Do we have any... Shout out to Upper Room NYC, a Messianic synagogue. Walmart at 2:30 a.m. is a dangerous time. That is true, Upper Room NYC, a Messianic synagogue. But I've spent my fair share of 2 a.m.s in Walmarts, alright? Man, what a juicy knife catch. I have to be honest with you guys. I will be honest with you guys. I took this trade. I didn't think I was going to be taking a trade. I was about to get some food ready. So I had, was holding frozen beef. I was holding frozen beef in my hands as Bitcoin is dumping. And I had to keep this beef with me while I took the trade. It was a messy kind of deal, man. But you got to do what you got to do. All right. So, why am I hanging out by public bathrooms? Trying to see who has a D or a P? No, we're not playing D or P. We're playing D or C. Dude or chick. All right, but I think the implications then follow D or P. If you're playing D or C, I guess, yeah, the root cause of this is D or P. All right, but it's hard to know these days, and it's a little bit difficult to know about Bitcoin. Now, we're gonna remind everybody that if we can get 1,000 likes, if everyone likes the video, in the next 20 minutes, we will be giving away $1,000. All right, 1,000 USDT. How did I catch the long, Daniel? I just had this gut feeling, bro. That's all I can say. I just knew. All right, I was confident enough to let my community know the exact moment. All right, because I don't give trust me, I'm not here to give signals. You do not follow me. I am not a financial advisor. Okay, but in my TA channel, in the VIP Discord, I let my community know what I'm doing. All right, if I'm taking a crazy knife catch long, you know, look, I didn't have time to say anything else except long. All right, long. All I had time to say was long. All right, in the moment, right? I let everyone know at 3:37, exactly at the bottom, man. Okay, look at that. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? I could have been, if I was a minute later, we would have missed the move. If I was 2 minutes later, would have missed the move. All right, but look, we give you the real-time updates in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. Okay, now let's discuss what has happened here. I'll tell you guys, here's why I took the long. All right, I'm gonna be real. The reason why I took the long is because when you have, there's a few reasons. All right, first of all, when you have a drop like that on a weekend, it cannot continue. It cannot continue. It cannot. Now look at this. We go to TradingView, and we have come down to perfectly backtest this wick here on the daily time frame. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? So we're backtesting this wick perfectly, and in addition to this, we're falling through support like there's no mañana. All right, we are falling through support like there's no tomorrow. And I was looking for a bounce today, obviously, just like probably everyone and their mom was, from the golden pocket. It's a weekend. You expect, okay, big move up on Friday. We come down, we bounce from the golden pocket. I'm waiting to see, are we going to bounce from the golden pocket? No bounce, no bounce. Okay, 786, no bounce, no bounce, no bounce. Okay, what's the next place you look for the bounce if you don't hit the golden pocket or the 786? You look to take out the low. Now, as we took out the low, I've been bullish. I've been bullish. This morning I was bullish. I said I'm bullish. On Friday I made an extremely bullish video. I couldn't even contain my bullishness. Because as we're making lower lows, we're seeing the oscillator make higher lows. All right, still there. And this whole day, as we're grinding down slowly, all right, You know, until we really got that big old drop. We're seeing the money flow here on the 24-minute come up. All right, we're seeing bullish divergences here on our 24-minute time frame. All right, so I'm seeing bullish signs printing all day. So given the context of all these things, I just had that intuition that it's a now or never kind of thing. It's a now or never thing. It's a weekend. We just gave it all back, okay? And we're gonna pump a little bit, okay? Now let's discuss now. Look at that support resistance flip though. I mean, is that not wild? Did we tapped that thing, right? We tapped it, man. That is nice. Let's be honest, that is nice. All right. Now, honestly, guys, like I said, things look a little bit ambiguous. Usually we don't put a low in on the weekend, but if this was a weekday, all right, if this was a weekday, taking that low again like that is really nice. It is really nice, especially with the continued bullish divergences here on our 4-hour. Obviously, the money flow is coming out, okay, which is not the best sign here. Money flow does not look good on the 4-hour, but I'll tell you what would look really good on the 4-hour. If we hold and this confirms the green dot here, that would look really good on the 4-hour. All right, that would look really good on the 4-hour. Now, what do we have to do right now if we want to see higher prices? It's basically the same as what happened on Friday. All right, we're back to square one. We need to confirm above 115. Okay, we need to confirm above 115. That's the sad truth. Okay, that's the sad truth. Now, remember, the weekly candle close is so important. On Friday, when I was in bullish la-la land, and indeed I was in bullish la-la land on Friday, let me tell you, man. Because that pump was so relentless, I could not believe what I was seeing. But this weekly candle is so important. Here we go. This weekly candle close, it must close above 115 right now. If we can get a little bit of a pump within the next few hours, guys, it's 3 hours. That would be a strong weekly close. And in the context of taking that low again and printing 4-hour potential bullish divergences, that would be a very strong weekly close. Now, I know we don't usually put the low in on a weekend, but let me remind you of something that happened back in June 2025. All right, June 2025. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was at the park with my kids. I was pushing them on the swings, right? And Bitcoin came down to a key support resistance flip, which was none other than the Fibonacci golden pocket from that local low to the high confluence with around the POC of the range at the time. You know, right around this area here. Obviously, this is a more updated chart. And I thought to myself, there's no way the low is going to be in on a Sunday. But guess what? The low was in on a Sunday. But guess what? Here's the other good news about that. Guess what happened that Monday? Guess what happened that Monday? We had ourselves an amazing opportunity to get into a long right here. Okay, so there's oftentimes you'll get an opportunity to get into the long a second time. Okay, so we need to see that weekly close above 115K. Right now, our local resistance is going to be this. Okay, I'm excited, man. I have a lot to talk about. I didn't stream this morning because I had nothing to say. I literally had nothing to say. Okay? We got a lot of people hopping in right now. Okay? We've had an insane dump. We've had an insane liquidity grab. All right? The title of the video says I'm in a $500,000 knife catch long from the bottom. In the moment, I gave the not signal in the Casper crew, because we don't give signals. I just tell people what I'm doing because I'm an idiot on a treadmill. But if you are in the Casper crew, I didn't give a signal at the exact bottom at 3:37 p.m. New York time. All right. Obviously, the trade from Friday is stopped out, guys. All right. The trade from Friday is stopped out. All right. In a $5,000 profit. All right. Stopped out in a $5,000 profit. Okay. So now this is, since Friday, this is the first trade I have taken. All right. And we're discussing right now the chart. Now, so here's the thing. I have a feeling here. Okay. I have a feeling here that this could be a nice bottom if this 4-hour confirms. Now, here's something that we need to keep in mind. We had a very fast move down. All right, let's go to our TPO chart. Let's take a look at this. Let's put on our TPO chart here. So look at this. Right now we have a single print at about 114.222. All right, 114.222 is our next major area, I'd say, of resistance here. Also, if we take the Fibonacci from the high to the low, not that high, let's take it from this high. Yeah, we'll take it from that last swing high. It's right there also with the golden pocket and the 786. All right, and then of course this is also lining up pretty nicely. And let's just pull it. Let's pull the golden pocket from that high, and let's just take a look at all of this, because it becomes very clear right now, if we're going to get a more dump tomorrow, that this is the make it or break it zone to the upside here. All right, this really is. If we come up here, this is where we either dump or we blast through it and moonshot. Okay, this is the Fibonacci golden pocket 786 from the high on Friday to the low today. All right, we have a single print that will be filled at 14.222. We have the golden pocket, we have the value area low of the macro range, and we have the 786. Now, there's two possibilities here. Possibility number one is we just roll over right now and dump, okay? Possibility number two, we come up a little bit and we reject from the back test of the value area low. Possibility number three, look at this. We do have this really ugly formation here, okay? What do I mean by ugly formation? Whenever you can draw a diagonal line like this, this is basically telling you that there are stop losses above here. Anybody who's been short, basically since Friday, has been able to trail their stop losses above here all day Saturday, all day Sunday. Okay, which means if we start to come above here, that could initiate a short squeeze. Now, look at this candle here. At the very low, we had 52 million shorts open. Okay, we had 52 million shorts open. So pretty much everybody who's been shorting all this way down, right? And in general, there was a lot of bearish CVD building up here, okay? You can see the open interest increasing, the CVD increasing as we're just trailing under VWAP, making lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. That eventually led to a drop down, which eventually led to a cascade of liquidations. You can see these blue bubbles here are longs getting absolutely wrecked. But look who didn't close their positions, right? Look who didn't close their positions this whole time. Interestingly enough, guys, going all the way back to even over here on the 23rd of August, this was yesterday. Look at these shorts opening up. You got a lot of shorts opening up here. Let's take a look at them. How many shorts we got opening up here? 15 million, we got 20 million shorts, and 30 million, 40 million, 50 million, 54 million, 55 million. We have millions of shorts, guys, that have been opening up over the weekend, and we have within this one candle the exact bottom. All right, man, if only these guys were in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, because the exact bottom candle where 52 million shorts decided to open up at the exact bottom. If they were in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, they would have seen that Jason Casper was longing at the exact bottom at 3:37 p.m. New York time from the exact bottom, okay? 3:37 on Sunday, August 24th. All right? So 52 million people entering $1 short trades. You know, if you're going to short the bottom, just do a $1 position. You know, 52 million shorts. Every single one of those 52 million people had $1 and they shorted the market. All right, but that is good risk management. Okay. Okay, so we're seeing the potential on the chart for a squeeze. All right, we are seeing the potential for a squeeze here. Lots of shorts opening. Now we have some longs opening up. Again, my only hope right now for a move to the upside is going to have to be to absolutely wreck and destroy all the shorts. Now, something interesting, these shorts here, a lot of them still open, guys. All right, the people who shorted the bottom, a lot of them are still open. How can you tell? because this purple stuff here, the net shorts that goes up, it's still more than half of them are open because it hasn't come back down below that point yet, okay? So if we start to see a rise, if we start to continue up here, you can see how easily we could come in and fill the single print at 114.222, and that's going to be squeezing tens of millions of shorts on Bybit. I don't know if we go to Market Monkey. Let's go to Market Monkey and see. This is aggregated. So on the aggregated exchange, the open interest actually did come down more on that. I wish, was there a way to see net longs, net shorts? I'm still getting used to Market Monkey here. Yeah, I'm still getting used to it. I don't even know what I'm looking at here, honestly, right now. I don't know where the price went, okay? But on Bybit USD, we had a lot of people shorting that low. And we had a lot of people shorting over the weekend, all above here. Lots of shorts, tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions. It could lead us to a squeeze. Now, if it leads us to a squeeze, we are going to be entering back into the fair value zone. And then it makes the most sense to me that we will come up to the 118.2 target. Okay? Now, once we're at the 118.2 target, then I think it's just a hop, skip, and a jump. That's really bullish. I mean, we're coming up here. This is really bullish. I mean, super bullish. Because we formed a low. We got this pump. We did a stop hunt. And now we're coming back above that previous high. That would be super bullish in my opinion. The daily time frame on market Cipher B still has the potential here. Still, in my opinion, does have bullish divergences. I know we had the confirmed green dot. Now we're printing a red dot. The day's not over yet. As long as the momentum does not come lower than negative 54.8, I still consider this a bullish divergence. Now, let's talk about targets to the downside if we don't hold here. Okay? Because, like I said, right now, as the chart is right now, especially if the weekly candle closed here, below 113, not looking good at all, guys. So what are we looking for next? We would be looking for this. The next target we have to the downside would have to be the value area high of this macro range. Okay, we haven't, remember, the make it or break it zone for Bitcoin, what I like to call the danger zone, is really this whole area here. We have our support resistance flip going back down all the way to this. Okay, so we're still, even if we come down into this area, it's still bullish for me, because if we're not losing macro value area high, we're still in bullish market structure. Okay, I will change my tune if we're actually now confirming a weekly candle below this. Then I will say probabilities are highest that we're coming back down to 97,000 or potentially even 87,000. Now, look, here's the thing. I know a lot of people right now are listening to this video and they're like, Jason, you're not giving us any predictions. You're just telling us what could happen. Okay, let me explain why that is. All right. We are not here to predict the price. And if you're here to predict what the price is going to do, you're on a fool's errand. All right. We are here to prepare. All right. We're here to prepare. That's what we do in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. We prepare. Okay. When we took the long trade, the first time we came down to 112K, we were prepared. We didn't know if it was going to come down there, but we said, if the price comes here and we see such and such on the chart, then let the community know, not a signal, I've taken the long from here, and to give the reasoning why. All right. When we came back to backtest $100,000, same exact deal. We planned for it. We didn't know. We're not predicting. Here's the thing about trading. You cannot control what the price does. So focus on the things you can control. What can you control? You can analyze a chart. You can identify key areas of support and resistance. You can identify different scenarios that could happen and prepare for them. So that in the heat of the moment, when 52 million people are shorting the exact bottom, you've already been prepared for it. You're like, you know what? I'm going to long. All right? I'm going to long because I was prepared for it. I didn't know price was going to come down this low. but it's a scenario that I'm very much so prepared for, right? Which is take the low, you know? So that's why we're going over these various scenarios here. All right? That's why we're going over these various scenarios. Because for me, I'm going to be looking for buying the dip. I'm going to be looking for a new all-time high on Bitcoin so long as we're holding key support, right? But if we lose key support, now I'm going to be looking for shorts to take it down to here. It doesn't mean I'm going to randomly short because we're losing this level. It means I'm going to look for a setup, right? It means I'm going to look for a setup, right? Like, for example, when we came down to $100,000 back in the day here, right? I didn't long that bottom. Actually, I might have entered a small position, but I didn't really get majorly long until a setup presented itself to me, right? I saw we were getting a bounce from support. So I reacted to it by then making a plan saying, look, we're getting a bounce from support. That's bullish. So therefore, if we get a retest, then I can long the trade. And look at that. Didn't get in on the bottom, but because we saw what was bullish, we had that bullish bias because we're looking at the various scenarios saying, if we lose this level bearish, but if we hold bullish, okay, we're holding bullish. Now, what do? We look for the long setup, right? So that's exactly what I'm doing now, saying, as long as we're holding support, I have to be looking for bullish setups. Okay, but if we're losing support, then I have to be more biased to the downside, right? What time does the weekly candle close? The weekly candle is going to close here in approximately 3 hours and 2 minutes. It's going to be a very important weekly close, guys. A very, very important weekly close. Man. So, like I said, all things considered, I am very neutral and uncertain about the price direction right now because I'm seeing mixed signals. It's not like it was down here at $100,000. I was extremely bullish at $100,000 because all time frames were telling me big bounce, right? Right now, we do have a potential weekly bear div that will confirm in 3 hours here, right? I mean, we potentially have another bearish div on the weekly that will confirm in 3 hours. The daily time frame, yeah, we have bullish divergences, but they're not. We had a chance, and we kind of lost that, right? The 4 hour, we can definitely see the potential of a massive bullish divergence here, but the money flow is coming out. Okay, so for me, I cannot have a very strong conviction right now until either A, we're trading below 109, or B, we're trading back above 115. For me, this is the zone of decision, which means for me, there's like, you know, unless you're hedging against the long that you're already in, right? Unless you're like, I already made money on the long trade, let me hedge in a short just in case. And that stop loss on the short is not going to take your long profits, just a small percent of them, right? Unless you're in a short trade, there's really no fresh trades to be entered here because we need to make a decision within the next few hours. And then, of course, that's going to lead into New York Open and all that kind of stuff. Guys, I need to let you know that KCEX, all right? KCEX, the exchange KCEX, and BLOFIN, links in the description, are both giving away money every single week to people who have signed up using my link. All right? It's a crazy world out there with these exchanges. They want people trading on them. And so what they're going to be doing is KCEX is going to be giving away, no joke, $3,000 within the next 3 weeks to people who sign up using my link. You don't have to deposit anything. Same with BLOFIN. BLOFIN is going to be giving away, I think, $2,000. All right? Just by signing up. You don't have to deposit anything. Right now, I'm really digging KCEX because the fees are so low. All right? The fees are so low, but BLOFIN is also a great platform. I like BLOFIN. I like the interface, and so it's free money. You don't have to deposit anything, and you can trade with free money. All right? So we're going to be doing those giveaways this coming week, so make sure, if you want to be eligible for the giveaway, that you sign up using my link, and you will be eligible for the giveaway. Also, make sure, yeah, KCEX is literally the sex. All right, it reminds me of MEXC back in 2023. 0% limit order. I'm sorry, 0% limit order, 0.01% market order. All right, 0.01% market order. All right. So like I entered quite a large position on this trade here, and I paid a very low fee, market order. Okay, I marketed out of this position here as well, and I've only paid $200 in fees. All right. So plus the interface is great. All right, you can fill massive orders. All right, like up to I've had very little issues filling orders like up to $1 million, 1.2 million. I don't know anything above that. All right, but up to around $1.2 million, easily filled market order, no slippage. It's been great. I love the exchange. It reminds me of old school MEXC. No KYC. All right. BLOFIN is also non-KYC. BLOFIN, you can trade inverse perpetual. So if you like to trade Bybit USD, where you're getting coin margined, right? Coin margin, so you're earning Bitcoin and Ethereum, you can do that on BLOFIN. That's one of the reasons why I do enjoy BLOFIN, or BLOFIN, as Andy from Bitcoin Census calls it. Shout out to Andy from Bitcoin Census. All right. So this is the big moment of truth right now for Bitcoin. How many steps do I do a day? Man, I don't know. I don't know, quite a few. Shout out to Nirvana. I gotta take a look at ETH as well. I've got to take a look at ETH as well. And look, I don't know, some people in the chat say KCEX is not giving the new user rewards. I think maybe that promotion expired, to be honest with you. But honestly, the reason you should be trading on KCEX is not for rewards, it's for fees. But I'm pretty sure that promotion expired. It definitely did expire. Because I know that the people who got the rewards got the rewards. And so they're not doing that anymore. All right. Maybe I need to update my link then. I probably need to update my link. But really, it's the fees that are the main draw over on KCEX. All right. BLOFIN has some good rewards, though. In fact, someone just won a Tesla 3. That's wild, man. Someone just won a Tesla 3. All right. So we got to take a look at... ETH. All right. Because Bitcoin, we've gone over everything, but ETH also getting extreme volatility right now. ETH also getting extreme volatility. We have to give a major shout out to Macro, Lewis Sink, Studio Evolution. What's my bull market top target on AI Oz? I have no idea, bro. If I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm going to be totally real, I've never heard of it before. And anything I say to you right now is literally going to be a fake, stupid, made-up thing that any idiot could tell you. I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea at all. All right? I could give you some stupid thing right now. All right? Because you gave me a super chat. All right? So, basically, we've got ourselves our support resistance flip. Let's do a little Fibonacci trend-based retracement here. From that low to the high to the low. Our 1-to-1 is going to be, let's say we shoot for our 1.618. That's going to be, that's kind of what I shoot for on all my altcoin, on all my, like coins that I hold. It's like a $2.28 target at the 1.618. Yeah, so we're taking it from the bear market bottom to our current high. And, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what this thing is, to be totally honest with you. All right. But if we're going to make a new high, it would make sense that we're, the 1.618, I'd say is a good target to have. That's about 75%. It's a conservative target. All right. We come up to our 2-to-1. That's going to be around $2.85, which from the previous all-time high is going to be 100% gains. Thank you so much for the super chat. I've never even heard of AIOZ. I'm sure I have heard of it, but I don't know what it is. Shout out to XEMEX. Don't worry, bro. ETH will save us. Thank you so much for the super chat, XEMEX. Let's take a look at ETH here. All right. Look at this. ETH will save us. Look at this. Whew. Man, this is nuts. So ETH, man, swing failure pattern of the highs, and then swing failure pattern of the swing failure pattern. Chicken drink water, chicken drink water. Look, we were basically saying last week that when we break 4,300, we're going to go straight up, and that's exactly what we've done. We were shooting for our $5,500 target. We just front ran $5,000, which is absolutely insane. All right, so here's the deal with ETH. Let's remove everything from our chart here, and I do think ETH could possibly save us. All right. Wow. You know. That's all I can say. Ethereum new all-time highs. You know, I don't want to think about what happened to Solana when we got a chickens drinking water of the all-time high, so I'm not going to think about it. What I will think about is this. We're 7 days away from a 2-month green dot confirming on ETH. From a strong close above $4,000, which was our very major resistance, which I was calling for literally since we got our bounce from 1,600. I know we dipped down below 1,600, but you know, that was my target, this order block that we had right here, okay? And we were seeing extremely bullish momentum on the monthly. All right, back in May and June, I was calling for the $4,000 Ethereum, sticking to my guns, and here we are, okay? So, I'd say there's a lot of upside here on the monthly. And I'd say we have a week, okay? A lot can change in a week. But we closed that weekly candle above $4,000, and in my opinion, that is extremely bullish. Remember, we are breaking out of a 4-year trend line. All right? A 4-year trend line. Now, I know a lot of people don't take trend lines very seriously anymore because a lot of people have been burned by the retail patterns. But here's the thing. These are massive patterns that are visible on extremely high time frames, right? And there's a reason why people trade patterns. It's because they actually do play out. All right, now if you're day trading on the 5-minute time frame, you're gonna get wrecked. And if you're trading maybe even on the monthly time frame, you're gonna get wrecked. But look at what we have here. We have resistance, a fake out of the high, and then we have a fake out of the low. And now we're actually getting our breakout. This is a classic cryptocurrency pattern that always happens, which is you form a retail pattern to trick people into trading the breakout or trading the breakdown and then reverse the price. Okay, so we had the fake out here. We came all the way back down to fake out the lows, and now we're getting a very strong breakout. And if we look at the monthly candle, technically speaking, it did close above that level. Not by much. But now if we go to our 2-month chart, if this closes above $4,000, that is extremely bullish. This is a 4-month pattern here. This is a 4-year pattern. A 4-year resistance that we are breaking out of. Okay, so the higher term context for ETH, in my opinion, is extremely bullish. I don't think we've seen the full extent of this monthly bottom. Remember, we're forming a bottom in a bull market. This is not a bear market. This is a bull market, right? Crap. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry guys, I left some food on the stove there. I had some food cooking on the stove, and I set a timer on my phone, but I didn't hear the timer go off. So all of a sudden I smelt smoke, had to run downstairs. Man. So yeah, I do think basically ETH, you know, we're still trading within this range here, which is this. Man, look at the daily though. I mean, the money flow is still thickening here. This looks really nice on ETH, I have to be honest with you. I still say we're trading within a range where right now, like, if we're going to continue to consolidate here, I would still be looking for the back test of 4,000. You know, form a high, fake out the high, form the low, fake out the low, and then get the breakout here just in time to confirm that 2-month green dot. All right, very similar to this. Look what happened the last time ETH got a consolidation. What did we do? We formed the high, we fake out the high, we formed the low, we fake out the low. This is just what crypto loves to do, right? That's what crypto loves to do. And man, Bitcoin got a massive dump, but ETH is holding pretty strong right now. All things considered. ETH took out the Friday low as well. That's actually a pretty nice looking low. In a sense that, that's nice. A nice liquidity grab. And look at ETH here. You know, potentially forming some bullish divergences. Wow. I mean, really. The 24-minute time frame here. You know, this momentum wave, this thing starts to print the green dot anywhere above negative 64. And that's a really nice bullish divergence on our 24-minute. How's our 12-minute looking here? Come on, 12-minute. Come on, baby. Come on. How's the 10-minute looking here? How's the 12-minute? Come on, ETH. What's going on? Oh, man. ETH let me down, baby. There we go. Ooh, the 12-minute. Oh, my goodness. Look, I'm not trying to get overly excited here. ETH, Eczema says ETH will save us. ETH really could save us. Look at this juicy, the classic Sam Bankman-Fried bullish man boo pattern. The money flow getting higher. The red pepperoni nips getting higher. The man breasts himself getting higher. The smile getting higher. The hair getting higher as the price is getting lower just to take out the Friday low. That does look nice. Maybe Ethereum can absolutely save us, guys. Shout out to JA for the super chat. Hey, buddy, do you have a realistic price for Pengu this cycle? I'll be honest with you again, like, I am not, I don't have any targets for these coins because I don't hold these coins, alright? So, I can't give, like, a macro, like, cycle top for it. But I could do analysis on it. Alright, I could do analysis on it. You know, the next major support that we have, the last time we looked at Pengu was back in July, and we were looking for a potential juicy long from this area, which obviously we never got. So we're literally at all-time highs for Pengu right now. So there, you know, the only way we can really obtain targets for coins like this as they go into price discovery mode is we use Fibonacci retracement. I mean, Fibonacci extension. I mean, you could look at this. I'm not an Elliott wave guy at all. All right, I'm not at all. But I don't know. When I look at this, I do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, get another push up. All right. Also, like, you know, I'm more of a retail Ryan kind of guy, right? We do have a cup and handle pattern here. Let's take this off log scale and just take a look at this potential cup and handle. We got the Sammy cup and handy formed on the chart. And I guess the main question is, are we going to dump or are we going to pump? Are we going to dump? Are we going to pump? What would Sam Price say?
No, we're gonna dump. We're gonna pump. No, we're gonna dump. We're gonna pump. No, we're gonna dump. We're gonna pump.
Well, look, it's the Sammy cup and handy, right? Probabilities are we could break out at this thing, and our target would be around 87,604. All right. Now, when I look at this, what else do I see? You know, I see bullish divergences, a really nice low right here. Then I see a change of market structure and a bullish backtest into key Fibonacci support. We take our fib from the low to the high. We're bouncing right from the golden pocket. We get another bounce. We make another higher high. Now we are forming this handle, right? It's a downward descending channel. It's a bull flag, right? You could even look at this as a bull flag. Look for a breakout target of, this is log scale, so that's not going to give us an accurate target. But let's pull it off log scale real quick and just kind of see here. Shout out to Sam Price, by the way, guys. If you're, it gets pretty much the same target as the cup in hand. If you're not subscribed to Crypto Lifer, guys, make sure to go subscribe. It's one of the few TA channels I actually watch on a regular basis. All right, make sure to go check him out and subscribe. He should be at 100,000 subscribers already. If he's not, maybe we could get him there today. Let's see. Crypto Lifer. Yeah, he's hit 100,000. Congratulations to Crypto Lifer hitting 100,000 subs. Well deserved. Well deserved. Dude has put in the work. Seriously. He has not taken a day off since I first found out about him in like 2022? 2021? I don't know. Alright. Alright, some good channels out there, guys. Crypto Lifer. Andy from Bitcoin Census. Man, there's so many now that I can't think. Those are the two that I watch a lot. Alright, I watch a lot. I watch a lot of TA channels. Alright. Alright, shout out to Manuel. He says, does the CME gap at 92,000 have a real chance to hit? Yes. Yes, it does. Alright. Of course it does. Anything does. Alright. That's the thing. We can't really know. We can't really know what's going to happen. What we can prepare. And if there's a CME gap at 92K, we should prepare. Let's check it out real quick. Alright, let's check it out. Oh my goodness, guys. You know, we could very potentially have a CME gap to the upside. When we open here. Let's remove all this stuff. We have a CME gap at 92. Where is this gap? At 92. I see. I see. Yeah, of course this gap could always fill, guys. Alright. Anything's possible. All things are possible. So here's the deal. Alright. We don't have to worry about 92,000 until we are below the value area high of the macro range. We come below this, then we do need to be prepared to come back down to this low at 98. And if we're at 98, obviously there's a major point of control there. Let's take a look at the volume of the CME. Yeah, I mean, it makes more sense to hit this this POC. But if we're going to come down to 92, I'd say we'd probably come back down to retest 89, the support resistance flip that we have there. But let's go ahead and pull a Fibonacci. Ooh, wow. Okay, never mind. 92 is the macro golden pocket there. So yeah, look. We can't predict, but we can prepare. So let's say we get a rejection here, we continue in the downtrend, we're back inside value area low. Then we'd say, yeah, the next logical area to look for a big swing long trade would be from here. Okay, now we're officially changing market structure big time on the daily. So we would look for our swing long here to either put in our lower high and continue down, or big old fake out, hit our all-time high. Here's the thing, we are running out of time for that kind of stuff, in my opinion. Because, in my opinion, I'm still a believer in the 4-year cycle. And, we are in Q4 of the 4th year of the 4-year cycle. All right? Q4 of the 4th year of the 4-year cycle. Which means, guys, if we don't, within the next few weeks, see a bottom and it's the big last hurrah for the new all-time high, we're probably not going to see that new all-time high in this 4-year cycle, honestly. All right? Now, I think we're going to. I think there's one more push. I think there's one more big push here. I think we can hit around $130,000 Bitcoin. Maybe 144 as my moonshot target. All right? In Q4, maybe leading into Q1 of 2026. What a weird year to say out loud. But we do have ourselves a CME gap to the upside. So, look at this, man. We could see a big pump. Wow! You know, I can't believe I haven't even thought of this. Yeah, I have a feeling we might see a pump, man. We might see a pump, man, when the CME market opens, man. Guys, make sure to smash the like button. All right. Shout out to Crypto Tom. Shout out to Captain Happy. Q4 starts only in October. Over a month to it. Yeah. But I mean, that's when the top is going to be in. So we only have time. We have time to bounce. And August, September is when that bounce needs to start. You know? And then also a pump. Shout out to Omar. He says, legend, while you're at it, can you check SPX 6900? Thank you so much for the super chat, Omar. Absolutely. SPX 6900 against the USDT. Oh my goodness. Let's turn off this dang indicator. Let's go to the daily. Let's go to the weekly. Let's make sure this is fully updated here. Okay, so we're bouncing from our value area high to the dollar. So right now, you know, for a real sign of strength, we need to take the high at 1.5752. We make a higher high there. Look for the higher low. Introverted head and shoulders kind of deal, you know. We need to wait for that higher high to happen. So, you know, something like maybe if the whole market pumps, right? But yeah, until we're above that level, I'd say let's put on market Cipher here because the weekly looks toppy. The daily does look nice. The daily has a really nice hidden bullish divergence here. The 4-hour has a really nice regular bullish divergence. Money flow coming up as well. Trigger wave forming here. So, you know, it does look like a bottom could be in, and we have a really nice like invalidation below this low here. I'm talking the low at $1.20. But for more confirmation, it would be nice if we could make a higher high, just so we can say, all right, we're officially out of this falling wedge, like we're officially breaking out, like we have some kind of sign of strength on it, right? So that's what I would be looking for, Omar. God bless y'all. God bless y'all. Hopium says September will rinse hard. It will be cute. Caspa AG says, I can't wait for futures to open. I want to see gold. Actually gold like XAU? Or you want to see gold as in you want everything to pump? You know? Guys, this is going to be a crazy week. It's going to be a crazy month. It's going to be crazy times coming up. Alright? Thank you so much, Caspa, for the super chat. God bless you. May God bless you all in Jesus' name. I do pray that the Lord blesses you and that He blesses your families in Jesus' name, in Yeshua's name. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for liking, subscribing, clicking the bell. I am going to head out, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow, Lord willing. And we're going to see what happens when Asia opens tonight and the futures market open in a few minutes, I think. All right, guys. Take it easy. Peace.